welcome to Unapologetically You, an authentic journey to healing. This is the podcast that dives deep into the raw, real, and transformative process of embracing your true self. Join Jenny and Ashley as they share stories, insights, and practical wisdom, plus more than a few laughs and tears from their own lives so you can heal, grow, and live unapologetically. Whether you're on your own healing journey or simply seeking inspiration, this space is all about you embracing authenticity without fear or shame. It's time to make a move from a relationship to a relationship. Now, here are your hosts, Jenny and Ashley, who are proud to take this worthy journey right alongside you and are truly happy you're here.
I feel like it's officially summertime.
I know. It's
Like,
nice
yeah,
out.
It's been nice. Yeah, I think we're ready for it's summer fun. I don't know. There's always like this lightness when summer comes around, like just a different. I think it's the shedding of the last 3 months of cold, darkness, and you're coming out of holidays, and it's been like this lull, like.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so I think it's really easy in that time period. I think a lot of people get depressed during that time period. And it's, if you already, this is going to flow into what we're talking about today, but if you already have, self-esteem issues or depression or self-worth issues, that's a period where I feel like it's heightened for a lot of people.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So we are coming into summer, and it's a brighter, better time. But I still want to talk about how people can get stuck in the self-esteem and the self-worth, especially in the midst of healing, because I think when we're healing from something, we think that that's going to just naturally come along with it. And something that I've learned in this healing journey, and yes, a lot of things I have healed from and have a different viewpoint on and have completely shed away parts of who I am, that still remains a bit like a place where I'm stuck. And I think it's important to talk about, because I think that we get stuck in that feeling, and we think it's hard to want to move forward with healing, or that it hasn't done anything, or you haven't made progress, or what was the point of everything if I still feel this way?
So to start with, it shows how much work you've done and that you're on a healing journey to even recognize that your self-worth is shaken.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people walk around, and how aware are they of what their level of self-worth is?
Yeah.
They're just living their life, and they're not even thinking about their self-esteem and their self-worth, and they're going through the motions. So the fact that you're recognizing that you're having a struggle with that, or anybody out there that's recognizing that they're having a struggle with that, right there, the fact that you have that awareness definitely tells me you've done some of the work.
Well, that's good. That's good, because my mind likes to process it as like, oh my God, we're still here. Whereas, when if you're in that phase of dating, right, and it's not working out, it's very hard, I think, for people to say it's just the wrong person or we're not a good match, and not take it personally. Be like, there must be still something wrong with me. It must be, I'm the common denominator in this. It must be something I'm doing. It must be on my end. And you can really go down that rabbit hole of thinking that you are the problem, or that you have these issues, or that you're just worthless. And I think then when you get into that, anything that starts going wrong outside of that just further confirms that for you. So it can really be like a downward spiral. Like once you get in it, it can be really hard to get yourself out of it.
So let's talk about dating and self-worth, and how self-worth is tied into dating.
Yeah, it determines a lot who you're trying to date, how you're dating, and being comfortable with that being alone too. And that is hard thing to master, but what I'm kind of like realizing is it's necessary. That alone season is partnered with that self-worth season, and those two kind of go hand in hand, that you have to take that time to get out of that spiral, get out of that thinking. For me, and probably for most people that have that issue, this isn't something like I just started having self-esteem issues 2 years ago, or I just started having, self-worth issues 2 years ago. This is my entire life of that I'm trying to think I'm going to break in 2 years of this recognizing I need to heal. And it's not that easy.
Well, this is going to sound funny, but I'm going to do like a comparison.
Okay.
So when people come to me and they want to learn how to meditate, the first thing they say is, hey, I want to learn how to meditate because I want to get rid of my thoughts. Okay. And I tell them that's never going to happen.
Yes.
You're never going to get rid of your thoughts. The only thing you're going to be able to do is to be able to maybe control your stress level. You'll be able to quiet your mind, getting rid of them.
Yeah.
So now when we talk about self-worth and self-esteem, it's the same thing. I'm with you. It can be a lifelong struggle.
Yes.
However, it's when those thoughts come up and those insecurities come up, recognizing them, and what are you doing with them? Are you going to let them overpower the positive thoughts, or are you going to be able to combat them and, do that positive feedback for yourself?
Yeah.
I think you're always going to have thoughts that are going to challenge you, challenge your worth, make you feel not good enough. I don't think we ever fully get rid of them on some level. When they do come, it's recognizing them and be able to combat them, and then think of all your good qualities. So let's talk about in dating. So you meet somebody, you're going on your first date, you're super nervous, you're thinking, what if they don't like me? What if I'm not good enough? All these negative things. When maybe at that point, stop, take a breath, and start talking positive. What are your good qualities? Tell yourself that, or just learning to recognize them. So it's great you're aware of them, and then be able to combat those thoughts. And it's not always easy. And what you'll notice when you get in a relationship with somebody, the deeper that relationship goes, you're getting even more insecurities coming up. Relationships are mirrors, right? So at that time, you have to make sure when you do enter a relationship, try and be solid within yourself, or it can actually rock you.
Yeah. Well, and if you're going to tell yourself those nice things, you have to believe.
You do have to believe them, and you have to embody them.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is first you have to 100% believe the good qualities about yourself that you're telling yourself. And maybe it's not going to start off with a lot of it. Everybody's like, well, put stickers on your mirror, the affirmations, and tell yourself, great. I don't always think that necessarily works if you don't believe that those are actually true things about yourself.
I agree with you.
Right? You're just saying meaningless shit that you're not.
So why is it when we tell ourselves something bad, you automatically believe it? What's the difference?
Confirmation of the bad. And maybe it's false confirmation, but it is confirmation that you have attributed to the bad. I don't have anyone. I'm single, so there must be something wrong with me. That's not necessarily true, but there are facts in there. I don't have someone. I'm single. I've been cheated on. People are only using you for certain things. Those are actual facts, but not necessarily the truth, if that makes sense.
Exactly. So, okay, but let's go back to the cheating, because that a lot of people have been cheated on. Why is it when somebody's cheated on, do they right away think there's something wrong with them? I mean, I have to look at somebody that's out there cheating and think, what's wrong with them? No. Right? But
here's
okay.
I have cheated before.
Okay.
In my younger days, right? I always, in my 20s, I'm not gonna lie, I was an asshole. I have cheated before.
Okay.
When I'm young and stupid and didn't realize, I usually cheated because I found someone better. And so those were reasons of mine. So whether that's not true of why I was cheated on, that is
Okay, so let's go.
associate it.
But you said it best. I was in my 20s. I cheated because I found somebody better. So here we are in our 40s. If people are cheating now because they found somebody better, they're so emotionally immature.
Yeah.
Why would you even want? Someone like that will never make you happy anyway.
Right. But it doesn't mean it erases the thought that, oh shit, they must have found someone better. It doesn't mean that that's not where you're, and you
can't help having those thoughts. But if you
Right.
really look at history, most of the time of, let's say, somebody that cheats, you're not the only one they've cheated on. This is their pattern.
Yeah.
This is typically probably who they are. So
Yeah.
I think we want to take those things personal. But if you're to look at somebody as a whole person in their history, you're going to see you're not the only one they've done that to. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the time, how somebody is in one relationship, they're not doing a 360 when they meet somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
So how does one get out of it and starts to really value who they are as a person?
that's really
stand
difficult, Jenny.
solid
If I
in their
had
self-worth.
the answer to that, life probably would be a lot easier.
Because if you look to someone, like if you think when I get with this certain person or when I get in a relationship, then I'll feel worthy, you're wrong.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not
100%.
going to happen.
It's
Who
still
you are
within.
now is who's coming with you in that relationship.
that's what like I'm learning is that this isn't going to go away by who is in my life or what I'm doing. It's not going to go away by a job. It's not going to go away if I'm friends with this person. It's not going to go away if I'm dating this person. It's not going to go away if I have this amount of money or if I'm, it literally, like I said, it's coming with me until it's healed within me. And honestly, the only person that's able to do that is me. Of embracing all of the things that you really dislike about yourself, understanding why you dislike those things about yourself, and then coming to a place of, even if they're true, even if the things that I don't like about myself are true, it's still a part of me, and I have to learn to love those things.
Or change them if you can, if you
Yeah.
have the power to change them.
Yeah. I appreciate my voice, and I appreciate the way that I see things and the way that I value things. And I don't, there used to be a time that like I thought like my thoughts and my voice and my beliefs were worthless. And I don't believe that anymore.
Then that's a great
Yeah.
step in the right direction.
I think that I've taken steps to untruth that truth. That like you said, what makes the bad things true is there's some type of confirmation that has happened. So now there has to be some type of confirmation to the good things if you're going to recognize what those are.
100%. It's both humans, like we're complex. You've heard of shadow work.
Yeah.
Right. So shadow work is those parts of ourselves we really don't like to embrace.
Yeah.
So we kind of hide them, tuck them away. But with shadow work, and when people do shadow work, I mean, they have profound breakthroughs of really accepting who they are and have that like self-acceptance and be able to stand firm in their self-worth because they do embrace the good, the bad.
Yeah. Probably and I'm sure there are other women that might. And here's the thing. I know that mom struggled with this a lot as growing with her self-image and what she looked like and how she felt. And I knew that at a young age. And so I always made effort so that I didn't want to feel that way. Because I think, remembering young, I remember her never being happy with how she looked. And I remember her, it always was like a sadness for her. She always wanted to change it. Or somehow been the one pattern that I haven't been able to break. And I have those same, like I attribute everything back to that. And I don't know if it's because being young and knowing that that was such a big thing for her, that it became something I was consciously aware of.
Okay.
I think what most people don't realize is I can post pictures all day long and I could whatever. What people don't know is that I probably spent hours on like criticizing those or being like, I don't know, or retaking those, or being like, oh, we'll put like whatever, but like never
Right.
being like, I will critique the fuck
Right.
out
No,
of
I get that.
every picture, anything that I could pass like by a mirror, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I started realizing that I was saying this to myself. I'd get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, I'd pass by that and be like, ew, and keep walking. And then all you need is that one dick to confirm that. And wouldn't you know, I'm dropping my kids off, right?
Okay.
And I have the window rolled down, and my girl's father comes up. He was getting something. He goes, you really need to lose some weight, Ashley.
What?
And I'm like, what? And then Gabby was like, Dad, she's not fat. He goes, oh, she's fatter than she used to be. That's all my mind needed. That was literally all my mind, and I don't give a shit. I'll call you out for saying it because it was an asshole thing to say, and I'm sure other people have heard this from people, which is why I'm bringing it on here. But for me, it was all my brain needed to hear to confirm exactly every time I put something on that didn't fit, every time I passed by the mirror and didn't like it, anytime I thought this guy didn't like me, it must have been because of how I looked or I had gained weight. It confirmed, and that's all it takes.
You were already struggling with that a bit.
Yes.
And I agree. That's all it takes then is somebody to say something. Okay.
And I think I've had a bad habit of allowing what other people say or to take on those thoughts, to take on that truth.
Don't you remember those times? Because I guarantee you have times of people that told you how beautiful you were. Trust me, you've had...
Yeah, but those are people that are not going to tell me. He'll tell me the truth because he has nothing to, and that's how I look at it. He's not going to lie and say, why would he? So
But why aren't you believing someone that tells you you're beautiful?
I don't believe when somebody's saying that because we've all lied about that. But the one person that doesn't need to lie about, that's a truth.
Okay, but here's my... Okay. You have not heard you're beautiful consistently from different people.
No, I've heard it from men that just want to sleep with you. I've heard it from men that are trying to like date you to see if they do want to sleep with you. Right? I've heard it from...
How about in a relationship?
No.
Really?
No, in fact,
So
my last relationship, it was, I would wait for that. And when I didn't get it, it was confirmation. So I would get dressed up to go out, and I would think, okay, this looks really nice. And then I would, like you see the person after you got, we were together 7 years, and I waited for I love that, looks beautiful. It never would come. And so I'm like, oh, it must not look good. It must not.
Okay.
Right? So again,
Right.
it was confirmation to how I was already feeling.
Or were you with the wrong guy?
Yep.
Because
Well,
in a
yeah.
relationship, when you're with somebody, ultimately that man, if he loves you, should want to make you feel good.
Yeah. Well.
No, and if they don't, then honestly, I got to with the wrong person.
Well, yeah. I had men that I am not attracted to or whatever say that I'm beautiful. Yeah, but I'm not attracted to you, so it doesn't matter what you think of me. And I know that sounds bad, but let's be truthful. I'm unapologetic about that's the whole point of the show. Why would I believe something that somebody says to me that I don't care even what their opinion is of me?
Or mirrors. No, I'm talking relationships you've been in.
Yes.
So I'm going to go back to you saying none of your ex-boyfriends, which I can't believe, has not told you you're beautiful.
In my 20s, when I dated the girl's dad, yeah, I'm sure he did in those 7. Because I'm sure he thought that back then.
With somebody and you see they never compliment you or you were solid in your self-worth, you wouldn't be seeking their approval.
True. I don't feel that, and I don't have that within. So yeah, I'm seeking that affirmation.
So we got to change that.
Exactly.
And stop seeking other people's approval, because if you're waiting for somebody else to make you feel beautiful, then all the time your emotions are going to depend on the outside. You have to work on that on your inner self.
And that's why I say I think that a season of loneliness comes with that season of figuring out your self-worth. Because
self-worth is tied to also identity, knowing who you are. And I also think it's really tied into purpose. When we're living purposeful and we're living from a soul level, we carry a radiance. Don't get me wrong, work out, take care of yourself, take care of your health, do all those things if you're capable of doing them, but also really connecting within on a soul level gives you also a radiance. I find beautiful.
Yeah. I dated this asshole once, for sure. He was a true dick, but he did say something that I know was true. That I'm like, I hate you, but you're right. He had said, he goes, you are desperately seeking love. And when he said desperate, I'm like, ew. But it hit a nerve. I was really angry, but it hit a nerve. Like you said, like usually if you're angry about something somebody says, it's because there's truth to that. And the fact of it was, and he said, he goes, you're not going to find that. He's like, until you find that with yourself. He's like, you got to have that relationship with yourself first. And that's the most difficult relationship to have, which is why I think we continue to kind of ignore it and seek it out in someone else. So you seek your self-worth out in someone else. You seek your, who you are and your purpose and all of that stuff in someone else because it's too hard to try and have that relationship with yourself.
We're looking for confirmation.
Yeah. Things that you don't like about yourself and understanding why. And spending that, like I told you, I've been spending a lot of time doing things that I've put off doing, like planting things in the housework, and not because I want to do them, but there is a self-worth in completing those tasks.
I bet.
And doing those things and seeing the end result of things that I think are ugly or somehow are connected to my worth, of putting that effort in to make them better. The exterior of things that I somehow think it is representative of that work, right? The exterior that I think is ugly, that I don't like, slowly, patiently fixing it, making it better.
Like the forward momentum too.
Yeah. There's got to be an investment in yourself before there's an investment in somebody else.
Absolutely. I agree. And very spiritual person. Get in touch with that spiritual side, really connecting on a soul level. And I agree with Ashley. The putting affirmations on the mirror, some people that works for, some it does not. What I do know does work is sit there, whether it's in silence, put some nice music on, whatever you feel will relax you, and then really start to think and focus on what are the positives about you, the inside, the outside, what is it that you like about yourself, and also what would you bring into a relationship. When you know what you bring into a relationship, you're probably then not going to settle on the other end for crumbs if you're feeling that what you're bringing is worth value.
Well, and that's a good question. And I had to ask myself that. What do I feel like I'm bringing? And it's like nothing. I'm not, you're not bringing anything. You're not adding this. And so it's like, well, then I need to fit, which means I'm not I'm going to date people that are continuously not bringing something to me either.
And if you're not holding yourself in a high regard,
Yeah.
how would you expect to meet somebody that is going to hold you in a high regard? And you're going to settle for crumbs until you know your value.
Yes.
And I have to also stand solid to not be able to put up with maltreatment.
There was this guy that I like, and he was extremely attractive. And I had to be real with myself that, like, the reason why I wanted him to like me back was not because he had qualities that I wanted or that would add to my life. In fact, when I had to be really honest about it, his lifestyle is nothing like I would want to be part of.
Oh my God, okay.
Right? But he was so attractive in my eyes and had these qualities that were, like, attractive to people, right? That I thought, if he likes me, then that means that I'm attractive.
Confirmation.
Right?
From someone.
So I wasn't even entertaining that person because of the right reasons. I was entertaining them to affirm me on what I didn't like about myself. And when that didn't happen, or it was just crumbs of it here and there, it was just reaffirming to me, well, then you must not be pretty enough. You must not be something that he'd be attracted to. What are you even thinking that somebody would like that? Like, it was just telling, like, feeding into that. And I it was nothing, it wasn't even anyone I would have even dated. Because I'm like, what are you even worried about if that person does or not? That's not even somebody that you would bring around your kids, or that you would date, or that you would go out and public. Like,
so this isn't even someone you'd have a long-term commitment with.
No, but really wanted them to like me so it could prove to me that I wasn't ugly. Isn't that so fucked up?
But
yeah. Because I've done it with other people too, and I'm like, again, what? So that is where it started to become very real to me, of like, oh, you think that you are so outwardly ugly that you are going to chase men that you think are very attractive just to prove otherwise to yourself. Men you would never even be with. You're just going after them for this one
almost
thing.
like a confirmation for yourself.
Yeah. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up.
Most of the time when we are drawn into that, we're setting ourselves up for failure.
Problem is within me and how I feel about myself. And until I change that thinking, I'm going to keep doing that stupid shit.
And once you change that and you feel really solid,
they say that's true. You start to attract different when your energy outwardly changes, and right, you're no longer attracting that what you're putting out there. I'm putting out there insecurity, low self-esteem, not self-worth or respect. I'm putting it out there. Whether I'm actively saying it or not, my actions are putting out there. Who I'm talking to is it's putting that out there. So it's putting it out in the universe. My energy is putting it out there. And what you put out, you get back.
So to wrap this up, let's give some tips.
Yeah. I don't even. Jenny, give me some tips.
Well, to start with,
right here
I
with
would
listeners.
To start with, I would definitely connect with your inner being on a soul level. So whether you go to church, pray, some kind of higher power, really get that radiance of the soul, because that nothing can compare to that. Tell yourself, what is it you love about yourself, inside and outside? And even every day, if you write some stuff down, maybe the first day you might have 3 things, maybe the next day you'll have 5, maybe the next day 6. The goal is to keep finding more positive things. And once you start finding some, I'm going to believe you're going to find more. If there is something about yourself that you don't like and you can't change, it's accepting that side of you. How many times have you been in a relationship with somebody and their biggest insecurity is something you really have fallen in love with? I mean, a person's vulnerability to me is what makes me drawn to them.
Yeah.
I think would expect you to be perfect.
Yeah. We say the person that's meant for you, they accept all your flaws. They what you find ugly, they find beautiful, right? Like they are I do believe they are a missing part too. They complete you in ways, and you for them as well. So I don't think all of those insecurities I have will matter to the wrong person, but I don't think I'm gonna attract.
Well, I think you need to really love yourself and love those qualities.
Correct.
Well, to be authentic and not maybe being afraid to show some of our vulnerabilities. And it's hard. Like, I struggle with that.
Yeah.
And again, I have to have such a level of comfort to be able to really allow myself to 100% be truly vulnerable.
Yeah.
And
We've had this conversation. See, I was honest with you.
We've had this.
I could so tell you.
You were like, Jenny, have you been hitting the gym or not?
I want to tell you that. That's the thing. That's so funny.
But yeah, so be authentic. Spirituality is key and purposeful. Spirituality, when we connect on a soul level, with God, it really helps us have more purpose in our life. We find more to be grateful for. And we almost focus, you want to focus on yourself, but you also want to focus outside of yourself. I mean, helping people and doing things that are going to be fulfilling to your soul also makes you feel beautiful.
Start small, like telling, like just something good you did for the day, recognize it.
Yes.
Even if you find it very hard, it could be the smallest thing.
And we all struggle. You also have to know that even someone that you think has it all together, they're struggling as well.
Yeah. Talk about it. You don't have to keep it so. I think that was like one of the why I want to get at. It's okay to have those conversations with. Like, I feel so much better when I can say, I just feel really fucking ugly today.
Because it's
the person confide that in, or just say it out loud.
Yeah.
Maybe just say it out loud and out instead of keeping it in and allowing that inner voice to keep telling you it's true. Find something beautiful.
Bye-bye.
If you have a story you'd like to share, or if there's a specific topic you'd like us to cover on the podcast, we'd love to hear your ideas.
Get in touch with us through email or our social media pages. Links below.